friends, and welcome to Coach by Tara, the podcast where Tara
Hi, that's me.
explains things to me. Hi, I'm Mike, about Twilight. That's what we've been doing. So that's all I'm going to say it is.
Literally
It's
all
Twilight.
we've been doing this
Last
whole...
episode, we finished the book live,
We did.
and now we're on the epilogue. And
Can
then
you
after
believe that? We did 24 weeks of that.
24 weeks, well, 23, because we did 2 and 1.
You're right. 23.
Yes, this is the 24th week.
This is the 24th week.
Just got back from supervisor meeting. Oh no, Carson, I'm so sorry. I did not attend to that.
Me neither.
Yeah. So last chapter, what happened was it was basically just Bella in a hospital bed and Edward telling her what happened, kind of, because she didn't really remember it all, because, you know, she got bit by a vampire, and he talked about how hard it was to suck the venom out of her and not just suck all of her blood.
Mm-hmm.
And basically they have an argument about whether they're actually going to be together, because
Yeah, they're like at an impasse.
They're at an impasse, which was the name of the chapter, and they're just like, yo, he's like, yeah, I'm not going to be with you because you're going to die. And she's like, well, why don't you just make me a vampire then? And then he's like, well, no, Bella. And she's like, Alice will do it. And he's like, whoa. And then, and then
That's
her mom comes
basically
in and is like, you should move to Florida with me and Phil. And she's all like, no, Mom.
My
I
home
made
is
friends and forks. And she's like, you like forks? What a dump. And she's like, it's about this boy, isn't it? And then the mom leaves.
Really, that's most.
And
of
really,
the
that was
chapter.
just the chapter.
And she just like freaks out that he's gonna leave.
Right, and then she gets sedated,
Mhm.
and then that's the end of the
That's it.
chapter. So now we're on to the epilogue,
And it
which is
does-
called the epilogue.
No, it has a name.
The epilogue, named
Epilogue. An occasion.
An Occasion.
An occasion.
I thought you like made up a word. In occasion.
No, an occasion.
An occasion.
I can't speak.
Belle. My
Stop
Beast
it.
voice.
Okay.
Belle.
Oh.
Sounds like, you know, Beast from Beauty and the Beast. Do you
I
know
caught
him?
your
Do you know?
drift.
Do you know him?
I do know him.
You know the Beast.
I've met him. I've met him. I'm not lying though. I'm not lying.
Guys, Tara says she's met the Beast from Beauty
I
and the
met him
Beast.
at Disney World. And Belle. I have.
Guys, they're fictional characters.
No. Anyways.
Anyways, let's get this started.
Okay.
Explain to me. Did he talk like this, Bella?
No, he didn't talk.
Belle. He didn't talk? That doesn't sound like the Beast. He's a chatterbox.
No, he's not exactly a chatterbox.
He's a chatterbox.
He's kind of a like moody guy.
Yeah, but he likes to when you get to know him, he's a sweetheart.
He's just kind of like,
Hey.
well, he doesn't say hey.
Hey. He's like, hey, it's me, the Beast.
Edward's a 7-year-old smoker.
I mean, maybe.
It's true.
More like 100-year-old. Sup? It's me, the Beast. Belle, I heard you like books or whatever. That's cool.
Anyways,
Yeah,
I'm gonna start the epilogue.
Ladies. All right, let's start the epilogue. Let's do it.
Okay. So, in an occasion, Edward helped me into his car, being very careful of the wisps and silk. I can't even talk today. Let's start over. Edward helped me into his car, being very careful of the wisps.
Oh wait,
of
we didn't say the
silk-
line. Tyler's right.
Oh shit, I didn't say
Hey
the
Tara,
line. What?
are you ready to coach me?
No, I'm supposed to say, hey Mike,
Well, we say both.
are you ready to be coached?
Yes, I coach
yes,
me.
okay, I'm coaching
Fucking
you.
coach me already.
Fuck, we don't even know how to do this anymore. It's been too long. Anyways, basically, she is still in a cast, a walking cast. A
Like her
boot.
whole body?
No, a boot.
Oh. I
boot.
thought she was like mummified.
No, like a boot. Like I had to wear that. Oh, you didn't know me then. Sorry. That was right before I met you.
Wow, that was kind of a weird aside. Anyway,
No, I'm just saying I had to use like one of those air casts.
Moon boot.
Shines down.
Moon boot shines down.
So she was all dressed up. Let's talk about it. And it says, at what point exactly are you going to tell me what's going on? I asked grumpily. I really hated surprises, and he knew that. I'm shocked that you haven't figured it out yet. He threw a mocking smile in my direction, and my breath caught in my throat. Would I ever get used to his perfection?
Oh, Edward.
He's so perfect.
Edward.
I did mention that you looked very nice, didn't I verified. Yes, he grinned again. I'd never seen him dress in black before, and with the contrast against his pale skin, his beauty was absolutely surreal. That much I couldn't deny, even if the fact that he was wearing
I almost threw up. That was fucking terrible. I almost threw up.
Even if the fact that he was wearing a tuxedo made me very nervous.
Wait, why is he wearing a tuxedo?
Not quite as nervous as
wait. Why is he like a real vampire? Like Dracula has?
I'm just
Does he have a cape?
I'm gonna keep going.
Does he have a cape?
And it doesn't say. Not quite as nervous as the dress or the shoe. Only one shoe, as my other foot was still securely encased in plaster. Oh, it is a plaster cast. My bad.
Not a moon.
But the stiletto heel held on only by satin ribbons certainly wasn't going to help me as I tried to hobble around. She says, I'm not coming over anymore if Alice is going to treat me like guinea pig Barbie when I do, I griped. I'd spent the better part of the day in Alice's staggeringly vast bathroom, a helpless victim as she played hairdresser and cosmetician. Cosmetician?
I'm gonna keep going as Terrafor. I'd really prefer if you'd be quiet.
Usually I'm like, anyways.
Also, Tyler's right. He 100% has a cape and it has red on the inside, just like Dracula.
I guess so.
And maybe a top hat.
Possibly. So basically, she spent all day with Alice, and Alice did her all up: hair, makeup, clothes, shoes.
Alice is so talented.
She's very talented. Yeah. She dressed me in the most ridiculous dress. Deep blue, frilly, and off the shoulders with French tags I couldn't read. A dress more suitable for the runway than Forks. Nothing good could come from our formal attire, of that I was sure. Unless I was afraid to put my suspicions into words, even in my own head. So, interesting. Wait.
Did she say she was wearing a single stiletto? I think she's wearing two, but
No.
one's on the boot.
No, she's wearing a single stiletto because the other one is a boot.
Oh,
a cast.
I thought they tried to put it on the boot, and I was like, that's gonna make her uneven. How would she walk?
No, they're trying.
They got a big stiletto to get fit over the boot.
I call bullshit. Yeah, she's definitely not wearing a freaking stiletto. I'm pretty sure she's
like a pirate.
I'm pretty sure she does it in the freaking book or movie.
Spoilers.
Oh,
we're gonna watch the movie later. Well, come on. Don't
Anyways, I was distracted then by the sound of a phone ringing. Edward had pulled his cell phone from a pocket inside his jacket, looking briefly at the caller ID before answering. Hello, Charlie, he said. Charlie,
Chuck.
I frowned. Chuck, my friend Chuck.
My good bud Chuck.
Charlie had been difficult since my return to Forks. He had compartmentalized my bad experience into two defined reactions. Toward Carlisle, he was almost worshipfully grateful. On the other hand, he was stubbornly convinced that Edward was at fault, because if not for him, I wouldn't have left home in the first place. And Edward was far from disagreeing with him. These days, I had rules that hadn't existed before: curfews and visiting hours. Something Charlie was saying made Edward's eyes widen in disbelief, and then a grin spread across his face. You're kidding, he laughed. What is it? I demanded. He ignored me. Why don't you let me talk to him? Edward suggested with evident pleasure. He waited for a few seconds. Hello, Tyler. This is Edward Cullen. His voice was very friendly on the surface. I knew it well enough to catch the soft edge of menace. What was Tyler doing at my house? The awful truth began to dawn on me. I looked again at the inappropriate dress Alice had forced me into. I'm sorry if there's been some kind of miscommunication, but Bella is unavailable tonight. Edward's tone changed, and the threat in his voice was suddenly much more evident as he continued. To be perfectly honest, she'll be unavailable every night as far as anyone besides myself is concerned. No offense, and I'm sorry about your evening. He didn't sound sorry at all. And then he snapped the phone shut, a huge smirk on his face. My face and neck flushed crimson with anger. I could feel the rage-induced tears starting to fill my eyes. He looked at me in surprise. Was that last part too much? I didn't mean to offend you. I ignored that. You're taking me to the prom, I yelled. They're
I
going
can't
to...
believe Edward just went full Chad mode on fucking Simp Tyler.
Yes.
Tyler Rims right now is embarrassed from like just having the same name. I'm so sorry, Tyler.
So basically, Tyler showed up because remember he was like, "Well, I'm gonna let you. You're gonna like take me to. I'm gonna let you.
What a fucking weirdo!
I'm gonna take you to prom."
That guy's a weirdo. That Tyler.
And she's
tried to kill her with a car and then just showed up for prom. I can't wait to see what this fucker looks like in the movie.
She's so pissed. You're taking me to the prom?
Yeah, well.
It was embarrassingly obvious now. If I'd been paying any attention at all, I'm sure I would have noticed the date on the posters that decorated the school buildings. But I had never dreamed he was thinking of subjecting me to this. Didn't he know me at all? Don't be difficult, Bella.
Oh, I see. The occasion is prom.
Yeah.
That's the occasion. It's an occasion.
An occasion. Or the fucking hairdresser.
Okay, I'm going to call bullshit on this too. I agree. How did she not fucking know?
Right.
Where did she think she was going? Buckingham Palace? Like what?
We'll get there.
Okay.
Why are you doing this to me? I demanded in horror. He gestured to his tuxedo. Honestly, Bella, what did you think we were doing?
Roasting her.
I was mortified. First, because I'd missed the very obvious, and also because of the vague suspicions, expectations really, that I'd been forming all day as Alice tried to transform me into a beauty queen were so far wide off the mark. My half-fearful hopes seemed so silly now. I'd guessed there was some kind of occasion brewing, but prom, that was the furthest thing from my mind. So then she was just pissed. Like, she's just like angrily crying.
She has no one to blame but herself.
He's like, this is completely ridiculous. Why are you crying? She like freaking full roasts her. She said, because I'm mad. Bella, he turned the full force of his scorching golden eyes on me. What? I muttered. Humor me, he insisted. His eyes were melting away all my fury. It was impossible to fight with him when he cheated like that. I gave in with poor grace. Fine, I'll go quietly, but you'll see, I'm way overdue for more bad luck. I'll probably break my other leg. Look at this shoe, it's a death trap, she said. He says, He stared at my leg longer than was necessary. Remind me to thank Alice for that tonight.
What? He can't bang her with his vampire cock. He'll kill her. What is he even... Edward aroused. Oh my. What is he even trying to say?
Alice is going to be there. That comforted me slightly. With Jasper and Emmett and Rosalie, he admitted.
The whole family.
The feeling of comfort disappeared. There had been no progress with Rosalie, though I was on quite good terms with her sometimes husband. Emmett enjoyed having me around. He thought my bizarre human reactions were hilarious. Or maybe it was just the fact that I fell down a lot that he found so funny. Is Charlie in on this? I asked. Of course, he grinned and then chuckled. Apparently Tyler wasn't, though. I gritted my teeth. How Tyler could be so delusional, I couldn't imagine. At school, where Charlie couldn't interfere, Edward and I were inseparable, except for those rare sunny days. So, like, she ain't even have Tyler on her mind.
Right, she forgot he even said that.
Get wrecked, Tyler.
Get wrecked, Tyler. You freak.
So then they're at the school for prom, high school prom.
OMG,
Yay.
what song's playing?
I know the one in my head is the one that plays in the movies. So I don't know if you want me to.
Yeah. What song is it?
It's called Flightless Bird American. I'm looking. Flightless Bird American Mouth. I wanted to say that, but I didn't know if it was real. And it's by Iron and Wine.
I was thinking,
probably not when they pull up, but that just plays at the end. But
I was thinking
when they're dancing,
time after time.
Oh yeah,
that seems like a prom song.
It is.
If you're lost, you can look and you will find me.
It is.
Time after time. Panic at the Disco. That's probably a good one too.
That's a good one.
Just any Panic.
Back
at the Disco.
then, like this was like right before the 2010s. Like
so that'd be some,
valid.
Like, some I Write Sins, Not Tragedies. Maybe some That was like pretty odd era of Panic at the Disco though. So
Nothing good. 9 in the afternoon.
9 in the afternoon. That'd be a weird song to dance to at your prom.
I mean, all of it would be. But anyways, moving on.
Fair enough.
I need a
Even
drink,
the
though.
song "Time to Dance."
Not a good song to dance to.
But it's called "Time to Dance." Tara says no.
No.
Tara says no. I don't think Tara can sign up for our emo goth dating app, Tyler.
What? I don't need to be on the app.
You were so mad for like 2.5 seconds.
He says, so then Edward says, when someone wants to kill you, you're as brave as a lion. But then when someone mentions dancing, he shook his head. Bella, I won't let anything hurt you, not even yourself. I won't let go of you even once, I promise. Are they gonna like float? Is this like in the movie Casper, where at the end Casper the ghost dances with Christina Ricci and they fly in the air? Yeah. Does that even happen in that movie? I don't even know if that happens or if I made that up. I don't remember. I haven't seen that in so long, since I was a kid, probably. I just remember that her dad dies, and then like, it's sad, and it's fucking sad, and he doesn't wanna like fucking like be alive again, and she has to like see him hang out with the 3 like stooge ghosts, and he's like, I'm dead, and she's like, Dad, and he's like. Maybe you made up all of this. That movie's a fever dream. It doesn't exist. Honestly, it is a fever dream. I wonder if I'll feel that way after we watch Twilight. Probably. I would say so. I just can't wait for the scene at the end where Samuel Jackson shows up and asks Edward to join the Avengers Initiative. Stop. Casper remake win. I'd love to see soon, it. Hopefully. So she describes like how in Phoenix they hold proms in hotel ballrooms, like somewhere fancier. But this dance was in the gym, of course, because like this. In Phoenix, we do. But it's like it's small town stuff, They don't even have a hotel ballroom in Forks. Motels don't have ballrooms. No. She says they got vending machine rooms. Yeah, this looks like a horror movie waiting to happen. Well, he says, there are more than enough vampires present. Ha 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 ha. She like they walk around, they see Emmett and Jasper and Alice, who's looking real good in her. Wait, Bella says that? It says Alice was striking in a black satin dress with geometric cutouts that bared large triangles of her snowy white skin. I think Bella kind of has a thing for Alice. And she says, and Rosalie was, Rosalie. She was beyond belief. Her vivid scarlet dress was backless, tight to her calves, where it flared into a wide, ruffled train with a neckline that plunged to her waist. I pitied every girl in the room, and myself included. She's just like mad because they like look better than her no matter what, I think. Not mad, she's just like... She's a little mad about it. She's like a little intimidated, I think. I'm moving all this stuff to the side. You're... There. I bet that sounded pretty good. Terrible. It's scissors that I just kicked with my feet. I mean, because the thing is, like Rosalie and Alice are never doing this, looking across the cafeteria at somebody. So, yep, they're not gremlins like Bella is. They might be. So then she keeps joking with him, right, about the vampire in the movie, blah, blah. She said, do you want me to bolt the doors so you can massacre the unsuspecting townsfolk? And he says, and where do you fit into that scheme? Oh, I'm with the vampires, of course. Anything to get out of dancing, he says. So then he goes and buys tickets and blah, blah, blah. And she's like pissed because she's like, I actually can't dance, though. And he's like, well, I can. And he does that thing where he puts her on top of his feet. Like her feet are on his feet. Oh, like you're at a daddy-daughter dance? That's a little weird. Zaddy-daughter dance, am I right? Zaddy-daughter dance. Do the vampire impression again. A zaddy daughter dance. Zaddy daughter dance for sure. Kind of weird shit. He's old enough. Tyler's right. True. He's right. He's like grandpa old, actually. Yeah. That's a granddaughter dance. Well, so she says, I feel like I'm 5 years old. He says, you don't look 5. God Kind of creepy.
Fuck, Stephanie Meyer.
Right.
That's some weird dialogue.
That is, yeah. I mean, there's other stuff that said.
I haven't felt this uncomfortable since in Kingdom Hearts 2 when Sora remembers Kairi and dances with her, but it's like the Kingdom Hearts 1 Kairi.
Tyler's face.
That emote's so good. Fun fact in the movie, Kristen Stewart hurt Robert's feet during this scene.
I did know that, actually.
She's probably got some big old feet.
Yeah. This is the real dialogue, so it feels a little bit better, but still not that better. It says, I feel like I'm 5 years old. I laughed after a few minutes of effortless waltzing. You don't look 5, he murmured, pulling me closer for a second so that my feet were briefly a foot from the ground. So it doesn't make it really...
That didn't make it better at all! That made it worse!
I'm just saying
You don't look 5, he said as he pulled her closer.
And then she's like, okay, well, I guess this isn't that bad, because she started having fun, right? But then Edward... Someone quote that.
You don't look 5.
Just kidding. So then Edward is staring at the doors, and his face is mad. And she's like, what in the heck is going on? Because he can hear something in his mind.
Right.
And who comes out but Jacob Black? Not in a tux, but in a long-sleeved white shirt and tie. His hair smoothed back into his usual ponytail, was crossing the floor toward us. After the first shock of recognition, I couldn't help but feel bad for Jacob. He was so clearly uncomfortable, excruciatingly so. His face was apologetic as his eyes met mine. Edward snarled very quietly. Behave, I hissed. Edward's voice was scathing. He wants to chat with you.
Ladies and gentlemen, entering the fighting arena, standing probably somewhere like 5'8", from Hudsonville, Michigan, Taylor Lautner. He's here, ladies and gentlemen.
Diana did add the quote.
Yeah, she added the quote. You don't look 5, Edward Cullen.
Oh my god, I'm dying at that. Okay, anyways. So he says, hey Bella, I was hoping you would be here. Jacob sounded like he'd been hoping the exact opposite, but his smile was just as warm as ever. Am I loud enough? Probably, hopefully.
Maybe you could go just the tiniest bit louder or closer, and I think you'd be fine.
Hi, Jacob, I smiled back. What's up?
Joshua says you sound good.
Thank you. Can I cut in? He asked tentatively, glancing at Edward for the first time. I was shocked to notice that Jacob didn't have to look up. He must have grown half a foot since the first time I'd seen him, which was literally like not even a year ago. Edward's face was composed, his expression blank. His only answer was to set me carefully on my feet and take a step back. Thanks, Jacob said. So he puts his hands on her waist, and she like puts her hands on her shoulders, and he's like, wow. She's like, wow, how tall are you now? Like, because
what if he walked up and was like, wow, you certainly don't look 5.
He was smug, 6'2". We weren't really dancing. My leg made that impossible. Instead, we swayed awkwardly from side to side without moving our feet. It was just as well. The recent growth spurt had left him looking gangly and uncoordinated. He was probably no better a dancer than I was. So how did you end up here tonight? I asked, without true curiosity. Considering Edward's reaction, I could guess. Can you believe my dad paid me $20 to come to your prom? He admitted, slightly ashamed. Yes, I can, I muttered. Well, I hope you're enjoying yourself at least. See anything you like? I teased, nodding toward a group of girls lined up against the wall. Yeah, he sighed, but she's taken.
So, okay, hold on.
So Billy paid him.
Billy was like, okay, we gotta stop this vampire shit from happening, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, boy, you're our best bet.
Go take this fucking $20.
Here's $20. Show up with your ponytail in like just a shirt and try to beat the 100-year-old vampire.
I don't think that was the point here. We're gonna get to it.
Okay.
Also, he did shoot a shot though, for real. $20 to pimp your kid.
Right. Come on.
So
Billy.
he said you don't have any reaction.
Notes.
You don't have any reaction to the yeah she's taken.
I mean, obviously he's like he's down. He's obviously he said, DTB down to Bella.
You look really pretty, by the way, he added shyly.
Oh.
Thanks. So why did Billy pay you to come here? I asked quickly, though I knew the answer. Jacob didn't seem grateful for the subject change. He looked away, uncomfortable again. He said it was a safe place to talk to you. I swear the old man is losing his mind. I joined in his laughter weakly. Anyway, he said that if I told you something, he would get me that master cylinder I need for the car he's rebuilding.
So not only that, not only did he bribe him with $20, he said,
"Show up with your ponytail."
"Hey, I'm gonna get you that. I'm gonna get you that master cylinder, boy."
Yep.
Man, Billy, I don't know.
There's
some weird sus
stuff.
father figures going on here.
There is.
Carlisle, best dad.
Carlisle is best dad. Wink.
Zaddy Carlisle.
Tell me then, I want you to get your car finished, I grinned back. At least Jacob didn't believe any of this. It made the situation a bit easier. Against the wall, Edward was watching my face, his own expressionless. I saw a sophomore in a pink dress eyeing him with speculation, but he didn't seem to be aware of her. Jacob looked away again, ashamed. Don't get mad, okay? There's no way I'll be mad at you, Jacob, I assured him. I won't even be mad at Billy. Just say what you have to. Well, this is so stupid. I'm sorry, Bella. He wants you to break up with your boyfriend. He asked me to tell you, please. He shook his head in disgust. He's still superstitious, eh? Yeah. He was kind of...
Jacob's like, I'm only a little stitious.
Over the top when you got hurt down in Phoenix. He didn't believe... ... Lots of dots. Jacob trailed off self-consciously. I fell? My eyes narrowed. I know that, Jacob said quickly. He thinks Edward had something to do with me getting hurt. It wasn't a question, and despite my promise, I was angry. Jacob wouldn't meet my eyes. We weren't even bothering to sway to the music anymore, though his hands were still on my waist and mine around his neck. Look, Jacob, I know Billy probably won't believe this, but just so you know, Edward really did save my life. If it weren't for Edward and his father, I'd be dead.
True.
I know, he claimed, but he sounded like my sincere words had affected him some. Maybe he'd be able to convince Billy of this much at least. Hey, I'm sorry you had to come do this, Jacob, I apologized. At any rate, you got the parts you needed, right? Yeah, he muttered. He was still looking awkward and upset. There's more? I asked in disbelief. Forget it, he mumbled. I'll get a job and save the money myself. I glared at him until he met my gaze. Just spit it out, Jacob. It's so bad, he says. I don't care. Tell me. Okay. But geez, this sounds bad. He shook his head. He said to tell you, no, to warn you that, and this is his plural, not mine. He lifted one hand from my waist and made little quotation marks in the air. We'll be watching. He watched warily for my reaction. It sounded like something from a mafia movie, so much so that I laughed out loud. Sorry you had to do this, Jake, I snickered. I don't mind that much. His eyes were appraising as they raked quickly over my dress. He didn't mind.
Ooh, I'm scared.
Should I tell him you said to butt the hell out? He asked. No, I sighed. Tell him I said thanks. I know he means well. And he's like, do you want to dance again, or can I get you somewhere? Like, because she has bum leg. And Edward is already there, and he's like, no, I'll take it from here.
Edward's like, I got this.
Yeah, pretty weird stuff that he said there.
We'll be watching.
We'll be watching. Yeah.
All right, dude. All right, Billy.
Yeah.
Isn't Billy in a wheelchair?
Yes.
Isn't all he can do watch?
That's mean. That's mean.
I mean, come on.
Come on. That's far. That's too far.
Okay. Maybe it was. I'm just saying.
And then he's just like, hey, bye. See you around.
Just fucking knock him over.
Christ.
I'm just saying, if you're in a wheelchair, you probably shouldn't be threatening people, okay? Edward takes Billy from the wheelchair and throws him off a cliff.
I can't take this any farther.
Low blow. He can't feel his legs.
Guys, that's horrible. Stop.
Woo!
Anyways.
I'm really sorry to anybody who's actually in a wheelchair.
I was going to say, So he leaves, and they're just like, "Okay, yeah, see you later." And he's like I'm. She says like, "Are you feeling better?" And he's like, "Not like." Edward's like, "Not really." Like he just interrupted our prom, and like what Billy said, and he said. Like, or Bella says, "Don't be mad at Billy. Like, he just worries about me for Charlie. Like, I'm with, you know, like they're best friends."
Edward, please don't go kill these people.
And he's like, "I'm not mad at Billy, but his son is irritating me." And he says, or Bella says, "Why?" And he said, "First of all, he made me break my promise." And she's like confused. And he said, "I promised I won't let go of you tonight."
Okay, Edward. All right.
I promised.
All right, dude.
And she says, "Well, okay, I forgive you. Okay, like whatever." And then he's like, "But there's something else." I waited patiently. "He called you pretty." He finally continued, his frown deepening. "That's practically an insult the way you look right now. You're much more than beautiful." I laughed. "You might be a little biased." "I don't think that's it. Besides, I have excellent eyesight," he said.
Okay. I'm just going to say this right now. Edward has been alive for 100 years.
Uh-huh.
And he is corny as hell.
He is pretty corny.
Jacob, all Jacob has to do is not be corny. Because that was some cornball ass, like, "Oh, I promised I'd never let you go."
I agree, though, with Diana, though. Like, when I first read this, I was like, that is so cute. Like, that's so romantic and sweet.
But now that you're an adult, you're like...
I'm a little bit like, oh, God. Here we go.
Edward is such a cuck.
Yeah.
Edward's simping so hard. LMAO.
So then they keep on dancing. She sees Jessica and Mike together at the dance, and Angela's there, and she's there with her boy Ben. You know, they helped her get with Ben in the book.
Don't remember that.
Ben? Not. Does that happen there?
Mike, who the fuck is Jessica? From oh, you mean me? No, that's Simp Mike. I'm not Simp Mike.
Yeah.
Nice try, Jason. Also, hey, only 11 months, dude. Most people are on 14. What the fuck?
And then she's just like looking around the gym, and she sees like other people that she knows. And then they go outside. Like they are dancing. Like he's like, "Let's just go outside, I guess." I don't think they're dancing outside. He's not yet, at least. But it says, "As soon as we were alone, he swung me up into his arms and carried me across the dark grounds till we reached the bench beneath a shadow of trees. He sat there, keeping me cradled against his chest. The moon was already up, visible through the gauzy clouds, and his face glowed pale in the white light. His eyes were troubled." "The point?" I prompted softly, like, why was he so troubled? "Twilight again," he murmured. "Another ending. No matter how perfect the day is, it always has to end." That is the book title.
They said the thing.
They said Twilight. They said Twilight.
They said Twilight. The second time they've said it.
"Some things don't have to end," I muttered through my teeth, instantly tense. He sighed. "I brought you to prom," he said slowly, "because I don't want you to miss anything. I don't want my presence to take anything away from you, if I can help it. I want you to be human. I want your life to continue as it would have if I died in 1918 like I should have." I shuddered at his words, and then shook my head angrily. In what strange parallel dimension would I ever have gone to prom of my own free will? If you weren't 1,000 times stronger than me, I would never have let you get away with this. He smiled briefly, but it didn't touch his eyes. "It wasn't so bad, you said yourself." "That's because I was with you," she says. We were quiet for a minute, and he stared at the moon, and I stared at him. I wish there was some way to explain how very uninterested I was in normal human life. "Will he tell me something?" he asked. Or will you tell me something?" he asked, glancing down at me with a slight smile. "Don't I always?" Just promise you'll tell me, he insisted. Fine. You seemed honestly surprised when you figured out I was taking you here, he began. I interjected. Exactly, he agreed, but you must have had some other theory. I'm curious, what did you think I was dressing you up for? Yes, instant regret. I pursed my lips, hesitating. I don't want to tell you. You promised, he objected. I know. What's the problem? I knew he thought it was mere embarrassment holding me back. I think it will make you mad, or maybe sad. His brows pulled together over his eyes as he thought that through.
A sex date. LOL.
I still want to know. Please? I sighed as he waited. Well, I assumed it was some kind of occasion, but I didn't think it would be some trite human thing. Prom, I scoffed.
She thought it was vampire prom.
Human,
Monster
he asked
prom.
flatly. Monster prom.
Monster prom.
He'd picked up on the word. I looked down at my dress, fidgeting with a stray piece of chiffon. He waited in silence. Okay, I confessed in a rush. So I was hoping that you might have changed your mind, that you were going to change me after all. Weird.
Yikes, Bella.
A dozen emotions played across his face, some that I recognized, anger, pain, and then he seemed to collect himself and his expression became amused. You thought that would be a black tie occasion, did you? He teased. I scowled to hide my embarrassment. I don't know how these things work. To me, at least, it seems more rational than prom does. He was still grinning. It's not funny, I said. No, you're right, it's not. But I'd rather treat it like a joke, though, than believe that you're serious. But I am serious. What the fuck kind of quotes are these?
Well, you guessed it, Tyler. I saw Dracula with Gary Oldman, okay? Classic movie.
He says, and you're really that willing? The pain was back in his eyes. I bit my lip and nodded. So ready for this to be the end, he murmured, almost to himself. For this to be the twilight of your life. Though your life has barely started, you're ready to give up everything. But it's not the end, it's the beginning, I disagreed under my breath. I'm not worth it, he said sadly. Do you remember when you told me that I didn't see myself very clearly, I asked? You obviously have the same blindness. I know what I am, I sighed. But his mercurial, I can't say that word.
Mercurial?
Yeah, mood shifted on me. He pursed his lips and his eyes were probing. He examined my face for a long moment. You're ready now, then? He asked. I gulped, yes. He smiled and inclined his head slowly until his cold lips brushed against the skin just under the corner of my jaw. Right now, he whispered, his breath blowing cool on my neck. I shivered involuntarily. Yes, I whispered, so my voice couldn't have a chance to break. If he thought I was bluffing, he was going to be disappointed. I'd already made this decision, and I was sure. He chuckled darkly and leaned away. His face did look disappointed. You can't really believe that I would give in so easily, he said with a sour edge. A girl can dream. Ed gonna give it to her.
Ed gonna give it to her.
Is that what you dream about? His eyebrows rose. Being a monster? Not exactly, I said. Mostly I dream about being with you forever. He says, I will stay with you, Bella. Isn't that enough? Enough for now, I smiled under his fingertips. He frowned at my tenacity. No one was going to surrender tonight. He exhaled, and the sound was practically a growl. I touched his face. Look, I said, I love you more than anything else in the world combined. Isn't that enough? Yes, it is enough, he answered, smiling. Enough for forever. And he leaned down to press his cold lips once more to my throat. And that's the end of the book.
So really, the epilogue exists to set up two things.
Okay.
One, it is the Billy Black clan.
Oh,
Aruso!
shit.
Thank you. 8 months, dude. Prime Gaming, appreciate it.
Yeah, so
it's set
really
up for the Black clan to be like, Easy.
Sorry, my
Siri.
watch got real weird about that.
The Black Clan would be like, yo, we're watching you. And also to set up the, like, still there's the conflict between the two of them that she wants to be a vampire and he's like, nah.
Correct. So do you have any, like, big predictions for what's going to happen into the second Twilight book, New Moon? I can't believe we're already at New Moon.
Okay, this is kind of cheating.
Is it?
Like, obviously one of the big things with Twilight when it was kind of a phenomenon was Team Jacob versus Team Edward, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think the next book probably delves into a little bit more. She gets to know Jacob a little more, and maybe there's some attraction there. Maybe maybe they get in a fight because he's still not willing to make her a vampire, so maybe they like break up, or maybe they, you know what I mean? There's gonna
Anything
be some.
could happen.
The Peeta Gale of the Twilight series.
Like seeing the Hunger Games.
I know Hunger Games. So the Peeta Gale kind of situation is gonna rear its head a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
That's my main prediction.
Okay. I don't have anything to say about that because I can't.
Because you can't.
But I'm just really excited. I don't know. I feel like Edward's eyebrows were mentioned a lot. They are.
His eyebrows and
his eyes.
His eyes are always
cold and hard.
Cold and hard. He doesn't even know Charlie's real last name is Black. Oh no, Charlie Black.
No.
I thought it was Charlie Poof.
Oh, Charlie Poop?
Charlie Poop. I don't know why Charlie Poop makes me laugh every time.
I know.
It's like saying vor in front of Jason. He just laughs.
He just laughs.
You say Charlie Poop in front of me and I just can't. I can't handle it. Wait, what?
Oh, these discussion questions are really good.
There's a discussion question? All right. Give me the best.
There are 10 discussion questions.
Give me the best discussion question.
There's some long ones. Let me read them really quick.
We're going to do a discussion question. I hope you guys are ready.
Okay, let me see.
And then we're probably going to end the stream so we can hop over to the Discord to watch the first Twilight movie together. Tyler, can you hit me an exclamation or Corn or somebody an exclamation mark Discord in the chat? So if there's anybody in chat that is not a member, they can join now and watch the movie with us.
I just really like this first one.
Thank you, sir.
I just really like this first one.
All right, let me have it.
Even though the other ones are a lot more in depth, this one is the fact that Edward can't read Bella's thoughts more important than it seems? Do you think it will serve a larger purpose?
Oh, interesting. So, when the book first started and we started to learn that he couldn't read her thoughts, I would say no. Mm-hmm. But then learning more about Alice and how the other vampires kind of had like like they had certain features before they became vampires that were amplified. Maybe there is something to that, and if she ends up becoming a vampire, then maybe
I can't keep a straight face at all.
Why? Because I'm right?
No, I can't tell you that you're right or wrong, but I feel like you're close, probably.
Literature. It's his attraction clouding his perception. Big thonk. That's true.
I mean, that is a big. I mean,
it could just be. Maybe he could read her thoughts if he was just like not into her.
What if she was a whole different creature herself?
Like she's an alien?
Yeah.
Or a werewolf?
Yeah.
Or a mummy? What if she's a mummy?
He's bloodmatized.
Bloodmatized. What if he's a mummy? Or she's a mummy?
She's a mummy? I don't know.
What if she's the swamp thing?
That'd be pretty crazy.
She's a Frankenstein.
She's a lesbian.
She's a lot of things.
She can be anything.
She's a banshee.
She's a banshee. It can't. I'm telling you. What if she is something else?
What if I didn't know that like Twilight just like went super freaking supernatural?
Bella has been dead all along.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
She's a ghost. But like, what if I just didn't know that it just like? I mean, I know it's vampires, but like, it's like, oh yeah, there's the mummy and the wolf man and the swamp thing and the Frankenstein.
It's just like monster. Everything.
Yeah.
Which she's a ghost.
She's a ghost. She's ectoplasmic.
Yeah.
Weird.
Anyways.
Well, that was a great discussion question, Tara. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. I can't believe we just finished the whole book. We just
finished the first Twilight book. Let's give everybody do a clap for everybody here, because you guys were all a part of this. I'm not done clapping.
I'm done.
She's a bad actress.
Yay, I'm glad. I never thought this would happen, I guess.
Right. I didn't. We did it though.
I know,
We did
it's
it.
weird.
So now what we're going to do is we're actually going to end the stream and we're going to head over to the Discord. It will take us a couple minutes just to get everything ready. I'm going to stream my screen to you guys so we can watch Twilight together.
In Discord, because Twitch will ban us
because
immediately.
Twitch will not be happy if we stream the movie.
Especially with all the good songs. The soundtrack is so hype. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to close out the podcast for sure, Tyler. Thank you for reminding me. Tara,
I didn't remember.
Tara, I think this deserves a special thank you for coaching me through this whole book. My mind has been expanded by the Twilight book, the first book.
Yes.
And I'm excited to dive into more. And I'm excited to watch this movie.
Me too. I'm very excited.
So thank you, Tara. Everybody, let's give Tara a round of applause for being such a good podcast host. And being such a good coacher.
Coacher?
A coacher. She's a coach.
You're the coachee.
Clap for Tara. Everybody now clap.
No, it's fine.
Do it.
I've really enjoyed this so far. I think it's gonna get even crazier in the next book. For sure.
Well, I mean, you know.
Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it.
Don't worry, Miss Ryder. We're gonna go watch the movie in the Discord now if you'd like to join us. But yes, thank you everybody for hanging out for this. Aw, Tyler. Thanks, Tara. You've done a great job.
Oh, thanks, guys.
You have done a great job.
I try.
Yay, Tara!
New Moon is actually the same amount of
chapters.
So
it will take us 24 weeks.
It will take us 24 weeks. Well, the epilogue is 25.
Oh,
so
okay. I'm sure we'll do a couple like together.
Yeah, we might have to.
You'll have, since we're gonna take a break, you'll have more time to kind of plan it out if you want to. How we do it. New Moon's next. Yes, New Moon next. All right, guys, if we could stay here forever just talking about this. Tara, thank you for coaching me.
You're welcome.
We'll see you guys in the Discord in a few minutes here. And
go to Discord right now.
Go to Discord right now. Yeah, well, so this is the podcast Tara and I do where she explains to me Twilight.
And we are on the very last part, which is the epilogue.
Yes.
And then we're gonna
watch the movie on the Discord.
I was gonna say, so if you're not a part of the Discord, join the Discord.
Oh, Whale's definitely in the Discord.
Because I know I'm saying to everybody, because we're gonna watch it together,
yes.
And I'm sure Mike's gonna find it very cringe.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, I was renting the movie on Amazon so we can watch it.
Oh my gosh! And it like started a preview
clip of like one of the lunchroom scenes, and like this is literally Bella.
He has it in for him because he has no idea that like the whole
movie.
Cullens,
and she's like,
the whole movie is like that.
Gremlin, like a fucking gremlin. I was like, Bella, cut it out. You're embarrassing me, and I'm not even watching the movie.
Oh my god, it's gonna be so much secondhand embarrassment.
He doesn't know.
He doesn't know.